What is up?
Hey, he on X Games mode.
Hey, and welcome back to the Mistletoe this channel. Today, I will not be singing. Oh my god. Today, I am gonna be talking. You know why? Because my voice is so soothing. I don't have nails. Today I'm actually gonna be reviewing a film, but I can't rant about this movie, so I'm gonna do a movie review. I went in with a bad expectation and left with intense love for this movie.
I love you, bitch.
Oh my god. Alright, so judging from my amazing makeup skills, this is the movie I will be reviewing because we look the same. Actually, I'm going to be talking about Pearl more than I'm going to be talking about X, but I feel like X should be mentioned. For those of you who don't know me, this is your chance. Let's get to know each other. That's a message for Austin Butler. If you're not Austin Butler, click off.
What the hell do you want me to do about it?
Anyways, the movie Pearl is a prequel to X. Both are produced by A24 Studios, which is my favorite movie studio. Am I pretentious for saying that? Yes. Am I being pedantic by saying that A24 has great movies and overall it is my favorite studio for that reason? Also, yes. But we cannot deny nor confirm that I'm a movie specialist. The rumors are true. Britney is not free. I went into X with very good expectations, even though it isn't my type of movie per se, but slasher movies are not my kind of thing, but I don't mind them. But then again, Halloween exists, so I do mind that. So when I watched the trailer for X, I thought it was a great revival of slasher movies. So I went into X with high expectations. I really like Mia Goth. I've seen her in A Cure for Wellness, which the ending, I did not need another Twilight fanfic today.
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loka?
I don't know if I'm gonna be doing spoilers, so just a heads up. Spoilers in case, I don't know. Anyways, X kind of follows the story of a bunch of people in the 70s who are wannabe porn actors. Just say corn. It's corn. A big long knobs. It's got the juice. I am lacking human contact. We progress and digress. And basically, they end up hiring this farmhouse because the movie is called The Farmer's Daughter.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
Clearly inspired by true events. It's out that the farmhouse is inhabited by two old people who are married. They're your little average cutesy grandparents. Did we not learn from M. Night? Did we not learn from that movie? Did we not?
I rap. It's a form of modern poetry. Go ahead. Yeah, give him anything.
Is food okay? I like food.
Yeah, of course. The girls, they like me. They think I'm sweet like candy. One girl looked at me like I was a Hershey. Her name was Angie. And a few tall girls, they just look at me blankly.
What was intended to become a very out there horror movie turns out to be their last day on Earth, I guess. X is great in terms of cinematography. I love the 70s vibe that it's got to it. They were going for the cool nostalgia 70s vibe, and it really works. There's this scene at this gas station. I don't know, it just fills you with nostalgia, even though I'm a 90s kid.
Wow.
Just feel like I don't belong in this era. The acting is pretty good. I really like how cheesy it is. Like, it still doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, it is a slasher horror movies, and we know that the genre is not very complex. It's just basically assassins in town, pew pew, and then most of the people die, and there's always one survivor who might take onto the legacy. Then they can milk out more sequels to that movie.
Bitch, I'm a cow.
It is a great movie in the sense that it follows the slasher genre. It doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what it is. I think for that reason, I didn't like it as much. I do like depth to characters. I love exploring characters, how I can relate to them. And I love to understand why do they do something, even if it's not justifiable. Sometimes it feels like you can justify it, which is great when it has that moral ambiguity. Is that how you say it? So that's kind of why I didn't like X. But then again, I know that X and Pearl were filmed back to back. So it makes sense that they had already thought of this. You have some sort of intrigue for Pearl, but for the rest of the characters, you don't care as much except for the protagonist, which is also Mia Goth. That's what I have to say about X. It's good, but I would watch Pearl first and then go to X. So Pearl, it's a prequel to X, so we are getting an in-depth view into Pearl, which is the old lady in the, oh my god, did I hit puberty right there? Pearl is kind of the protagonist in Pearl. Wow, who would have thought? And it's an in-depth view into this character who's so fascinating that I didn't think you could milk her personality as much, and even if it's just for the money, A24 Studios can get me broke. Pearl is very similar in the themes that are displayed in X as well. So in X, we have that the protagonist wants to be a star. She believes she's a star, but at the same time, there's nothing really holding her back. With Pearl, however, she is very much bound to not be a star or pursue her dreams to become a star because she's bound in this small town. There's a contrast there, whereas Maxine does not depend on anybody. Pearl absolutely doesn't, but also is somewhat bound to stay in the farmhouse to help, and she wants to escape. Essentially, I love Pearl. I cannot express how beautiful the movie is. When I was watching it, comparing to X, which has this 70s filter, it's a bit more nostalgic and a bit more retro. I don't know if it's to do with idealizing that farm life, but the colors are so intense and pretty. Still have this vibrancy throughout. The shots are amazing, but I think the colors were what really captured me. I'm like a little kid, I need colorful things. Maya Goth in this movie, I think in X, she's great. She's definitely phenomenal in both films, but I feel like in Pearl, we're really exploring the character. Pearl has this dark side to her. It's kind of like in Black Swan. With Pearl, we get kind of the same thing, although she's already dark from the start. You already get the vibe that there's something dark within her, but because everything's so colorful and vibrant at the start, then you have this very teenager type view of her. It does feel like is that transformation and it was waiting to come out. It's a very tense, sad, nostalgic. It's everything. Jesus, oh my god, I can't rant about it. It's just such a good movie.
You know, my favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie. It feels like a real like.
And I was watching some YouTube reviews because I was really wanting to watch it, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like X. But people were really saying, yeah, you should watch it. So I was kind of bored and I was like, let me watch it. And it's such a worth it movie that I would totally recommend it to everybody. And if you just have a little bit of time, do watch Pearl. I wouldn't say don't watch X. I feel like it's such a must if you watch Pearl to watch X to understand really the reason for this movie. I feel like nowadays the horror industry has such potential because we have so many good directors out there who are young and who probably have plenty of ideas. Studios nowadays, even smaller studios like A24 Studios, have a lot of funding, but I feel like the horror genre has become so parodized. Is that a word? I fell in love with this movie and I thought that everyone should know about it. So yeah, you're welcome. Watch it right now. And if you don't watch it, okay, bye.